Good evening, everybody, and welcome to WFA on YouTube presentation of the Road to Gen 9 as it's a shop for tonight in the radiator here in beautiful downtown Detroit, Michigan. Not a lot of people want to say those words, but as a resident of the great city of Detroit, I can say those. Wonderful time here all as the Detroit Fury are looking to play host to the Lincoln Spiders. They're looking to win this game. Winner here moves on to South Carolina to take on the Myrtle Beach Stingers. I'm Jack P, joined alongside me here tonight by Jake.
That's who they play next?
Yeah, it's called Looking at a Graphic.
I forgot we had
crazy stuff.
I know, that's wild. Think of that.
Yeah, anyways, Jake, so we got a pretty interesting game on our hands tonight. Detroit coming off a halfway decent season, honestly. A little bit surprising they're down here in the play-in. They've had a bang-on average offense and defense, led by Most Improved Player nominee CJ Green. What do you got to say about this Detroit team coming into this game and, well, just their season on the whole?
Well, you said it. CJ Green's been having a great season for himself. 440 yards on the season. He got, 5 tutties, too. He's been having himself a great season, averaging 5 yards a carry. That's huge. And not only that, not only is CJ Green, they have pulled out 250 yards from their fullback. How do you do that? I've been trying to do that forever. They're just running attack. It's been really good for Detroit. But on the other side, Lincoln's defense, no one wants to talk about it, is ranked 3rd in the league.
Yeah. When we were doing some research, obviously, Lincoln, towards the bottom of the league this whole season, they've not had a great season. I think anyone can agree about it. But the Spooders so far on defense have been right up there with even the likes of Boston. They are a dominating force on defense. Their main issue, their offense has just not been able to get going all year. Malcolm Middlebrooks leading the charge, and really the way he's been playing, he's going to be due for regression in the offseason.
Yeah, you have 13 pass interceptions to what? They were only 6 games this season? 7 maybe?
Yes.
That's 2 picks a game, averaging maybe a touchdown. 1,196 passing yards, 63% complete percentage, but the 66 QBR is icky. That's not good. And that's coming from me. Who, the Wolfpack QB play? All of them. It depends on the day. And even I'm saying it's not good. And the rushing attack gets worse. Coming from the Wolfpack, who, running the ball, we don't know what that is. To be worse than the Wolfpack running the ball is a special type of bad.
Yeah, it's something. I think they were only better this year. The only team they bested this year was Indiana, who will be playing in the play-ins tomorrow. Either way, this should be a good game as we're setting up shop for the road to Toa Messina, Madagascar for Gen Bowl 9. I say we get ready to kick this game off, eh?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go. Detroit versus Lincoln. 2 of the perennial teams towards the bottom of the WFA get to see playoff action tonight as Detroit, if I'm not mistaken, Jake, this is the first time they've hosted a playoff game since, season 4 or 5?
Season 3, if I remember correctly, which I would remember correctly, as their one hosted playoff game came against the Green Bay Wolfpack, where Nate Peterman Jr. and Marquez Vick connected for 5 touchdowns as they demolished the then Firebirds on their way to the divisional. The Lincoln Spiders, despite a strong season led by now Washington owner, Chad, missed the playoffs by the smallest of margins.
Let's do this.
And now they followed up with just a rough season.
Yeah, it certainly has been a wild season for them so far, but they are looking to improve. And it looks like the Spiders are going to be the first to receive in this game. And we'll be seeing Malcolm Middlebrooks and company setting up first.
Opening kickoff. It's the play-in round, boy. Who's moving on to the Sweet 16? Lincoln to Detroit. Who you got? Drop it down in the chat below. If I see any Lincolns excluding one guy, I'm going to be disappointed in all of you.
They're going to take him down at the 20-yard line. And that is where, as I stated before, Malcolm Middlebrooks is going to start his first drive of the game. As we stated in the pregame, Jake, Malcolm Middlebrooks has not been having a good season at all. Looking to hopefully change that around. And if there's any time to really shine, it's the playoffs.
You know, the whole point of playing here is to allow the chance of Cinderella stories. And this would be the Cinderella stories of Cinderella stories. And the last time we had a Cinderella story happen, the Omaha Marshals somehow made the playoffs and hosted a playoff game.
Yeah. And that first pass to Jonah Ross, a very impressive one, gain of 9.5, they're going to say on the play.
Jonah Ross been a pretty solid tight end for Lincoln, but he's only hauled 19 catches heading into this, 158 yards, so.
Hand off to Aaron Higdon. Higdon loses a few yards. Higdon not having a great rushing year. 224 yards on 124 attempts. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say you're having a good season with that.
Wouldn't really say the word "good" is in that sentence at all.
No. 3rd and 2 for the Lincoln Spiders. Middlebrooks stands right up from where he was, throws it short. That's going to be a first down. To
Don't know what happened
34-yard
there.
line.
Oh yeah, just getting up.
There were multiple receivers
Yeah.
open. There was also the running back in the flat who person I would have gone to. Could have allowed a huge opportunity for a big play downfield, but it gets the first down, keeps the drive alive. Solid start here for Lincoln.
Yeah, that was Dave Beener on the reception. Shotgun, one man to the right of Middlebrooks, most likely Higdon. Middlebrooks looking around, throws on the flat. That's going to be wide open. There's a lot of room in front of him. He's going to get to the 47-yard line.
Drake Bell, what a catch. That's a bronze receiver.
Yeah, I mean, hey, in the WFA, it's not necessarily your value that dictates how good or bad you are. It's how you're utilized within a given offense or defensive scheme.
Bell's only had 178 receptions on the season and 1 touchdown. Pretty sure that's his longest reception this year.
Middlebrooks goes over the middle again. That's going to be a gain of 9 on the play. 2nd down and 1.
Tom St. Pierre with the catch, the copper receiver. A very low-rated receiving core. Their highest is a silver, lots of bronze and coppers. Detroit showing blitz.
Yeah. That forever needs to be Middlebrooks, hands off to Higdon. Higdon loses 2 on the play. That's going to set up a 3rd and 3.
Just think about the tackle on that one. I haven't been looking at Detroit's roster very much. 59, Jealous Reddick, silver, outside linebacker.
3rd and 3, and that's going to be another first down for Lincoln. You know, Lincoln is very interesting because I was watching back on a couple of their games. They're not horrific when it comes to gaining yards, like getting stuff between the 20s. They've just been really bad at putting the ball in the end zone.
Yeah. Dave Beener on the reception there. Check his stats. He's 2nd on Lincoln in receiving yards. 274 yards. Had himself a pretty nice season so far. Has the most receiving touchdowns on Lincoln, but it's only 3. Which brings back to the whole not getting in the end zone thing.
Throw on the flat to Aaron Higdon. Higdon's going to lose a yard on 1st down. Nice play there
Nice
by the
tackle.
Fury.
Gerald Frederick again gets in the backfield, forces a loss, tackle for loss, having himself a good season. If I remember correctly. He's had himself 31 tackles. Only 12 of them have been assisted. Oh, what a hole.
Another handoff to Higdon. Higdon, oh, what a hole. What great blocking by the Lincoln O-line.
God,
One of the
though.
brighter spots. Yeah. One of the brighter spots on this whole offense has been the O-line for Lincoln to this point of the season.
Oh, diggity.
3rd down and 7 for the Spiders. 3 wide to the bottom, 1 wide to the top. Middlebrooks. Slings
what a
to the
catch.
middle. What a throw and what a catch. Yeah, Jake. That was an
19.
amazing thread.
Will McCray,
needle.
that's silver receiver Will McCray. I think he's leading the team in receiving yards. He does with 444, and that goes nowhere. Lincoln staying.
Yeah, but just another one of the desperate Aaron Higdon runs. As they're now 2nd and 13, right within Detroit's red zone, though. Throw on the flats.
Oh, he's
wide open. Oh, he nearly got the first down. Bull McCray on the reception. 3rd and 5 on the 15.
Drake Bell on that reception. That's an 89. What a catch. Oh, they rolled him
throw
short.
over the middle. Oh, it's short.
That's Loki
Short
Olsen.
on the catch from Loki Olsen.
That's only the 11th catch of the
tough.
season. He's had 10 coming to this game for 134 yards and 1 touchdown. Does Lincoln go for it here?
Well, they sent out the offense, and this would certainly be a statement of intent against the Fury if they can get this.
But then Rosas is going to take the timeout. He's trying to get them off sides. This is why. Yes.
And that is the timeout taken by Lincoln. A very impressive first drive is going to come away with points. Maybe not as many as they were hoping for.
Yeah, honestly, I do think they got screwed out of there with that final spot. Definitely think he had the first. But overall, that's the opening drive you want if you're Lincoln. You know, you got to get down the field, you know, really take it to Detroit. They took nearly 6 minutes off the clock. That's a long drive. You want long drives like that, especially to start a game. Now you said the message, Detroit's offense has to respond.
Yeah, and Detroit's offense not really been super great at those quick scores to get right back at them. So Lincoln, unless something goes terribly awry, which this Detroit team has sent field goals terribly awry before, kick is up from
26, got it.
Virgil McCarthy, and that's good. So a very good first drive from Lincoln.
McCarthy's having such a good season. He's 6 for 6.
Oh, yeah.
7 for 7.
Yeah, 100%. And along a 50, so it's not like
He's had himself a
getting
season.
them short. That's actually the shortest attempt of his whole season so far. Everything else has been from 30 plus for McCarthy.
Really says something about
Very
Lincoln's offense.
impressive. We try to focus on the positive here, I guess. Up to the 25, and that is where Rasheed Davis and his band of misfits are going to take over.
You know, he hasn't had too much better of a season than Middlebrooks, but the one difference is the turnovers a lot less. You know, Middlebrooks has, 13 picks on the season compared to Davis's only 8. And he's had more touchdowns and the better QBR, better completion percentage, a better season. But most importantly, he got CJ Green on that offense having himself an incredible season.
That he is 1st and 10 for the Fury. Davis going to keep it himself, throw it over the middle. That's going to be tipped around, nearly intercepted. Last game.
Praised you.
Yeah. Last game, Colin Pierce had a lot of throws like that, and it was in part what was responsible for New Haven getting utterly demolished in their game against the DC Tribe earlier today.
Yeah, that was just... Lanterns looked bad in that one, and what hurts more is that you and me yesterday were going through the bracket. We said New Haven got a chance in that game.
Yeah. Davis throws it over the middle again. That's going to be tipped and complete. Don't know why he's going for these really risky throws. There were 2 guys open around him.
Rivers breaks that one up. Trying to see his stats from the season if I can find them. Jay Rivers, outside linebacker, came flying over 42 tackles on the season. Okay. I think that's, the leading tackler on this very solid Lincoln defense. No, you know, I'm not going to say very solid. It's very good Lincoln defense.
Yeah, formidable. Yeah, give a team credit where credit's due. 3rd down and 10. 4 wide, 1 in the backfield for the Fury.
Could be a huge message early, but
third time in a row, deep throw incomplete.
broken up, got hit hard. I didn't see who that was.
Nowhere.
I think that's 27. I think the number was Art Vandalay the fourth, throwing safety.
Yeah, laying the hurt on Anthony Mosley. Not too often in the history of Detroit professional football did you see a receiver wearing 81 get hit like that.
I'm blocking this.
Doctor did not see any CJ Green on that drive. Didn't get the ball once, no run plays, didn't even get the ball passed to him.
Yeah, that is something interesting from Detroit, and that's gonna take it up to the 42-yard line. And Malcolm,
you say that at all caps. Zach saying it all caps. Colin has spent time to better the league, and we appreciate him for it.
That is true. I'm not. that is a inherently true statement there from Zach, the Gen Bowl runner-up last year.
Yeah. You too.
First and 10. That's going to be a handoff to Higdon loses the yard, and we're already kind of starting to see one of the main issues of the Lincoln offense on the running game. They are spending way too much time in the backfield getting the ball to Higdon.
Oh yeah, I hope they come at us the same way.
You need to get the ball out of the backfield as quick as possible in APF.
Devon Payne with that tackle. That's just, he has 4 tackle for losses this season, I think I just read. He's having 34 in the season. He's having himself a very good season.
Yeah, that's just, dare I say, it's pretty dang good.
Pretty good
for the Spiders. Middlebrook looking deep with that one. That is tipped incomplete. I thought his receiver had it. That was Dave Keener, the intended target. But ball was around it. Yeah.
I like the little shot. You have your defense and sort of big middle drive grade out. But now you're setting yourself up in their left and you know, don't have running game, pass game, you know the Detroit's playing it.
Yeah, that's incomplete. Good hand on the play, Peter. Yeah, that is just not a matchup that's going to be working tonight.
Got a hand in there, also with the contact, great play.
Yeah, also just the size advantage. I think he was at least an inch or two higher than Dave was on the play. And so Lincoln now having to punt it away after a negative 1-yard drive.
Lincoln in the chat wants PI on that one, and I think the ball made contact with the ball before making the hit.
Punt is away, and that's going to be down at the 20 up to the 24 after the big hit. The crunching tackle.
You shouldn't even try to bring that one back. What's wrong with you?
Drilled. Ooh.
Yeah. And now Detroit comes back out on the field. Hopefully they can get some CJ Green involved here. Very unlike them on that last drive to just start slinging it deep.
He was out in the backfield.
Yeah, this is definitely not the play they're going to start the CJ Green show. Dave is moving up in the pocket, throws the outside. That's going to be caught for a gain of 4. Detroit's first positive play on the night. Yeah.
I love watching Colin try to predict the replays. It was my favorite part of the night so far.
Yeah, that was Ken Kawaguchi, the man credited with the reception. Yeah, I know. That has to be on the. That has to be at least a contender for the MFA All-Name team.
Watch the right side. Watch the right side.
2nd and 6. They're gonna finally get it off. Green gets him blocked. And what a run!
Feed that.
That is exactly what you like to see if you're a Detroit native or a Detroit fan. CJ Green just handed the ball, got some perfect blocking. You know, I think owner Stefan must have taken a trip over to Ann Arbor and saw how old Big Blue was running the football and has emulated it in his own style.
Trying to get himself his own Jamal Williams. One touchdown.
to throw it this time. That's going to be a nice catch and a gain of 4 again. As
That's
Detroit seems to have
fullback.
finally found some rhythm.
That's a fullback with the catch. Fullback's had himself a nice season. Let's see what he's like receiving. Oh, they barely throw the ball to him. That's only his 5th catch this year, the fullback.
Yeah, Jaron Olawusi. Granted, he's been a very good fullback this year, among the top echelon in the WFA.
So maybe you got 250 yards out of your fullback. Oh,
Throw over the middle, that's going to be a first down. Easy as they come on a classic slant play.
Keel Lender had 16 catches this season, 173 yards, only 1 touchdown.
Watch counter. Watch counter. Rover.
Give me another hand off
again.
CJ Green up the middle. Green gets 2 yards.
Lincoln was all over that one. Still somehow got 2 yards out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you try and figure out a way in, you barely squeak it. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 8, the longest of the second down plays Detroit's had on this drive.
Hey, I got 2 over here. I got 2 over
They all know each other field, so they're doing something right.
Davis moving around the pocket, throws it short. Oh, that's going to be a loss of 2. And that'll bring up what I think is the first 3rd down of this drive for Detroit.
Backup tight end DJ Curtis on the catch. Only has 14 receptions, 101 yards, but does have 2 touchdowns on the season.
Don't let him get a range. Don't let him get a range. Empty.
3rd down and 10. Ball's on the 49. Detroit needs to pick up 10. Davis launches it deep. That tipped incomplete. And Lincoln get Detroit to scurry off the field. And that was another impressive performance by this Lincoln defense.
Yeah, Diesel Fowler on the break up there. He's had himself a pretty solid season. At corners, had himself 21
Yeah.
tackles, 5 pass deflections. And now here comes the punter for Detroit. And Devin Knapp has had 26 punts, 181 yards, averaging just under 40 yards a punt.
And that's going to be a nice booming kick taken at the 15.
Lincoln got 7-13 now. So we saw at the beginning of the game, Lincoln went down the field, long drive. Can they do it again? Because last drive didn't go too well for them.
Well, I mean, we'll have to see.
Hey, guys, they about to pass. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Slide.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see here.
Gun.
Middlebrooks hands off to Higdon. Higdon moves to the outside. What a run from Aaron Higdon. That's one of his best of the year, or one of his better runs. Definitely. Well above his average.
And it's not hard to get past the average. It's about 6 times his average on that carry.
Well, you know, if we're going to be more pedantic here, it's like more like 3. Alas.
You know, round down, 1.
And, another hand off to Higdon. What another great run. Ended with a huge hit. Yeah, he's having himself, by his standards, a pretty decent day.
See, listen, if they could get the running game going, this game's already over for Detroit. The passing game for Lincoln's been well. The defense has been out of its mind, and now if they can get the running game started, it's just going to be a Spooders day.
Gun.
Yeah, so it is 1st and 10. Launching one deep as Middlebrooks has caught! Oh, he must the receiver!
My.
He's going down the sideline! That is going to be a touchdown for the Spiders!
Bull McRae. Touchdown on the season. I want to see this route. Starts inside of the slot, gets pushed off a little bit. There's no route here. It's just he made a play. He went up, made a play.
Yeah.
Defender couldn't do anything about it. What a throw, what a catch.
Yeah, the defender bit down a little bit too hard, and once that happened, it was game over. So, I don't know how many people were expecting this tonight, but Lincoln is up 2 scores.
And Lincoln's defense is playing out of their mind. Lincoln came to play. They won a spot in that sweet. Oh, that kick took a minute.
Nearly blocked. Nearly blocked, but it'll be good. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Lincoln up 10-0 on the Detroit Fury. You're watching the WFA on YouTube.
Where else are you going to watch it? Roblox? New Roblox event?
Yeah. I mean, thanks everyone tuning in tonight. Jack P along with Jake to call this game. As the kick is going to be away from the Spooders. Taking it right around the goal line for the Fury. Up past the 10, past the 20 to the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Fury.
Detroit's got to get a response here. Lincoln, you're down 10 at home early. All the energy is sapped out of the stadium. You got to get a response. You got to get down the field. You got to put points on the board.
Yeah, and they got a decent drive going that last time. It's just that they're not using CJ Green as much as they honestly should be.
CJ Green's going to bolt in here to play.
And that is good Green as he's going to gain 2 yards on the reception.
I don't like him in the receiving game. I want CJ Green to be getting the ball on run plays. See, in the receiving game, 20 catches, 62 yards this season. He's not a receiving back. He's a running back. Give him the ball and then run up the middle.
That's exactly what they do on this play, and it gains them a few yards, 3rd and 5 on the 28.
Got to pick up this first. If you're Detroit, you have to punt again. That gives Lincoln a chance to make it a 3-possession game early, and I don't think Detroit crawls out of that hole.
Let's go, D! That's what we stand for! Bro!
Not the way they've been playing so far.
Goes nowhere.
No, that was never going to work.
Lincoln
4th
sends
and
in a
4
few
for
extra
the Fury.
defenders. Lincoln sent in a few extra defenders. No one picks up on their blocks. Left him wide open one-on-one with CJ Green. And as good as CJ Green is, he's not winning that one-on-one in the gap like that.
Let's block the play, y'all! Let's go!
And unfortunately, for the 3rd time today, Detroit has to send out the punting unit. That's going to be taken at 35 up to the 38. And now Malcolm Middlebrooks, with all momentum on his side, is coming back out. Again, I don't think anyone was expecting Lincoln to be dominating so early.
Lincoln's coming out swinging. They've landed every single punch they've thrown. You know, they're just playing fantastic right now. Malcolm Middlebrooks came in, knew he had to play a game. He is playing himself a game. I don't think he's had any incomplete passes to this point. He's been reading all the right throws. Does that again, another.
And that's going to be another completion.
Already down to the Detroit side of the field, knocking off field goal range already. Lincoln heading into this game, they knew they don't have a first-round pick.
Yeah,
so
Lincoln is just moving the ball at will.
Lincoln knows if you lose this, you're not going to get a pick out of it, so you just sit at home. You need to win. You need to win now, and they are winning. They want to punch their ticket to the Sweet 16. They want to be one of the 16 teams, fighting for a spot in Gen Bowl 9. They want to shock the world, and they are doing it right now, putting the WFA on notice. Not with throws like that, though. Shocked that was caught.
Yeah, that was another great play. 2nd and 7, handoff up the middle. That's the fullback.
I think the
fullback runs.
That's
they're crippling all the stuff. That was Terrell Avery.
Second carry of the season for Avery. Oh, what a play.
And the deflection
Frederick
grinds that drive to a stop.
That's huge for Detroit.
Yeah, and that drive grinds it to a stop.
What? Oh, I thought they were going for it. I didn't see the punter in the back.
Oh yeah, punter. I'm coming. I'm blocking this.
Nearly blocked, because that one's going to be a sky-high kick. Nearly in the coffin corner. That one's going to roll.
The guy had it.
Goes inside.
A guy had it but missed it. That could have been huge for the Fury.
But alas, the Fury gets somewhat decent starting field position.
Not if you're Detroit. You got to put points on the board. You're currently down 2 possessions to the Lincoln Spooders of all teams. That's not good. You got to get down the field.
They throw it outside to Green, gets a few yards.
CJ Green in the passing game. CJ Green's had a fantastic season. There's a reason why he's been running for most improved, but he's not been good in the receiving game. That's where he hasn't been shining. That's where he's actually taken a step back. You got to keep him on the ground. You got to let your receivers do their job if you're going to throw the ball.
I got 2 over here.
And Josh Chandler blocks and hasn't gotten a single pass. I don't think he got a target yet. Unless he got targeted right there, and now I look like an idiot. Nope.
Yeah, that was Diesel Fowler, the man receiving that.
Nope, Diesel Fowler with the tackle.
David's not been having a bad game.
He hasn't been having a bad game. It's just Lincoln's defense has been that good. I mean, that first drive, it goes to play calling, and it goes to just bad passes. 3 straight incomplete passes, 3 possible picks by Lincoln. But now they're starting to move down the field. They picked up a first down. That's a great start. Now you got to keep adding on.
And off up the middle, that's going to be a good run for a gain of 2. Keeps the ball moving and keeps the drive on schedule.
Had a few blockers. Unfortunately, I feel like if they would have hit their blocks, I feel that play could have gone big. But 2 yards, you'll take what you can get.
Let's all play heads up right here.
But I think you just got to keep feeding CJ Green. He will break one if you keep giving him that ball.
Davis looking around to go
catch.
deep. That is a catch. And that is going to be right up to midfield. Detroit finally getting something going on offense.
That catch is going to put him over 300 yards at 290 coming into this one. What a catch. One-handed, brings it in. Ooh.
That one was dang near perfect. First and 10 now for Detroit.
That one's in Green, and that's their fullback.
Get off up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of 4.
Solid run by the fullback. That's what I like. You have a good running back, and you have a running back playing out of his mind. You have a fullback playing out of his mind. Got to use them. If you have a 1-2 punch right here, you got to use it effectively.
Throw over the middle. That's 10. Intercepted. Going the other way. Lincoln. They have come out swinging.
Baby, big pick.
Kurt McDuffie, one of the greatest defensive players ever in this game, has had a silent start, but he stayed lurking, saw the tip. Beautiful play. And now the Lincoln Spiders, once again, another big stop and have a big chance to make it a 3-possession game. I did not like throwing the ball there. Keep the ball on the ground. You just picked up 4 yards. You're finally getting the fullback boner. You have the 1-2 punch, and they put the ball in the air, and they get lurked on.
Yeah, that was not a good play, but now Lincoln making some changes at the line. Wind is at their backs. Throw the outside to Aaron Higdon. Higdon sees a lot of green grass in front of him. He's going to pick up a first down.
Play. I did not think he was going to get that many yards out of it. It looked like he just was running out of room, but came flying. Let's see, Higdon on the season, receiving wise, had 33 catches, 108 yards, no touchdown. That was a nice reception. That was nice.
Yeah. First and one more fighter now. Detroit 46.
Watch left. Wait.
Oh, we're going down now.
Yeah. Let's go look at this.
That's not pick. That's
Really kind of
gone.
Yeah.
Right at Frederick.
Lack of awareness on the linebacker.
Let's go.
Bad throw. Bad everything. Everyone sucked on that play.
They're going air. They're going air. I see pass. Trip over. Rip.
Middlebrooks looking around, moves
Got
up the
hit.
pocket, throws to Higdon. Higdon takes a stumble step back, and that's going to be 3rd and inches.
I thought he had that. Middlebrooks got drilled, but I love the way he senses the pressure, knows the hit's coming, knows he has to take the hit, and delivers a nice ball to the flats. Lets his running back, do his job. Lincoln is moving right now. This might be one of the greatest first halves of football I've seen from many teams in the W.
Handoff once again to Aaron Higdon. Higdon's going to get the first down, and a yard or two on top of it. Got a little bit too cute. Maybe ran sideways when he should have kept going north-south, but still, what a play.
Didn't like the way he cut that to the left after that, but you know what? Picks up the first down. You're basically in field goal range. Good drive going by Lincoln. Got to keep it going now. A touchdown puts Detroit in the coffin. You're starting to put the top on. Oh my. No, that's not McCray on that head. That's Loki Olsen on the reception for Lincoln.
Yeah.
Lincoln's
Gets them
offense.
down to the 21.
Lincoln's pass offense is ranked 18th, but right now this game they are flying.
Hey, D, get up. Watch the right side. Watch the right side.
Now that's McCray on the cap. Gain of 4.
Yeah, McCray getting 4 at that.
This is weird because Detroit's entering this game with the 8th ranked pass defense. This is a top 10 team when it comes to defending the pass, and they are just getting outplayed. It seems every catch is completed.
Yeah.
Perfect throws. The pressure's not getting there either.
Yeah, they're getting outplayed by possibly one of the worst pass offenses in the league. Throw to the outside once again to, I think that's Aaron Higdon. That's going to be a gain of 1. 3rd down 6 to the 17-yard line of Detroit.
I like what Middlebrooks did, but even though he didn't get anything, he was quick with his decision. That's an issue Lincoln's had. Middlebrooks kind of just sits there with the ball, lets the pressure get him, he gets drilled. This time, the offensive line does their job, holds up, but he doesn't sit there and wait. He sees the guy, he knows the pocket may collapse to and gets the ball out. Wish he would have got a little more out of it, but
Middlebrooks hit as he throws. That is nearly intercepted. Should have been picked off.
I praised someone.
But Lincoln's going to have to... Mark Martin, with the deflection, keeps this a 2-score game almost single-handedly. Well, two-handedly because he used both his hands.
Trying to see that could be considered PI in my opinion. I think there's a lot of contact there from just multiple Detroit players.
No points here.
I think that's why Middlebrooks put that up. I think he saw that there's a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, a lot of jersey grabbing. And now to go 8-8 on field goals this season. To stay perfect on the right hash. This one's about 34 yards. Could be a chip shot. Nailed it.
Kick is up, and it is good. Lincoln takes a 13-0 lead over Detroit. In a game where offenses have barely been functional, Lincoln has gotten just enough done to get a good lead.
Lincoln's defense has been big here. Detroit was driving last time they were on the field, and then Kirk McDuffie says, all right, time to do my job. Now, Detroit, you just threw the pick. You just watched Lincoln drive the ball down the field. And lucky they didn't score a touchdown. What do? You're out of morale. You're out of energy. You don't want to be here anymore. But you don't want to be eliminated yet. Gotta give the ball to CJ Green. I know you only got 3 minutes left. But that's more than enough time for CJ Green to sprint down the field and drive it down Lincoln's throats. Look at that. No receivers on the field. I like this. Give it to Green.
They might finally be running the ball, and they are going to give it to Green right up the middle. He finds a hole and gains 3 yards, which might be the best, one of the best plays to happen to Detroit. Oh my God!
It's still not great. I was about to say, did Green just run to the flats? That QBR.
I don't know. I simply do not know.
Oh, got blown up. Oh,
Yeah, that's not going to do too well. 3rd down and 12.
Vernon Campbell. That's only his 8th tackle on the season, and he blew that play up.
Yeah, he absolutely destroyed it.
3rd and 12. Now I understand if you don't get the ball to CJ Green here. You need to put the ball in the air. But Lincoln can be waiting for it.
That they are. Davis. Yeah, they're going to chuck it. And they're going to have to punt it right back once more. It's insane to see this happening, honestly.
That's probably the last time Detroit touches the ball this half. So you got to head in the halftime. You got to fix it. You know, your season, I would love to say you got 30 minutes left. What's the fact? We do 11 quarters. Your season has 22 minutes left if you don't figure something out. And there's a chance that now just a field goal makes this 3 possessions.
Ooh. Nearly blocked as that one's going to sail up into the air. Fair caught at the 43. And Jake, I'm sure, is very disappointed in the fact that his draft stock is currently tumbling.
My draft picks just went from a secure top 2 to going to be outside the top 5. Because what hurts is the expansion teams are going to be getting after the toilet bowl. So this pick is dropping.
Yeah. Hand off to Higdon to the outside. That's going to be a gain of 1. Takes us to the 2-minute warning. Lincoln, of all teams, up 13-zip on the Detroit Fury. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching the WFA on YouTube.
Middlebrook's having himself that 120.1 QBR.
For reference, everybody, his quarterback rating coming into the day was 66.7. As they hand it off to Higdon again, even Higdon's having not that bad of a day.
Even Higdon's having like 3 yards to carry.
We are truly living in bizarro world. Middlebrooks finds a man wide open, gets another first down to the 39, gets out of bounds to boot. Lincoln with 2 timeouts. They want to extend their lead going into the half. And that's going to be a throw to Higdon. Higdon gains a yard. That takes off a lot of time on the clock that I'm sure Lincoln does not want to lose. They want to make this a 3-possession game going into the half. Hand off up the middle to Higdon again, and that's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Spooders. That's actually Terrell Avery, the fullback.
Lincoln, everyone's doing their job. Everyone's making plays. O-line's making holes, holding up protection. Middlebrooks throwing dimes. Receivers are making catches. Running games getting going. Like everyone is doing their job for the Spooders.
And off the outside, unfortunately, you need to stop doing this because now it's 4th and 2. They're going to go for the field goal, make it 16-0.
Which, as much as I want to say, I said that was a 3-possession game. That is still technically 2.
Yeah, it's 2.5, really.
Yeah. That's 2 possessions, but you're asking for a lot to happen.
Yeah. So McCarthy's going to go a few yards shy of his season long. Hasn't missed one yet. Kick is up.
Bomb. Nailed it.
And it's
that
good.
had a lot. That had a lot on it.
Lincoln is up 16-0 on Detroit.
That ball had a lot of gas. That's like halfway up the uprights.
Yeah, he probably could have made that from 55 out. Like, holy smokes.
56 seconds. If you're Detroit, do you try to score or do you just run this clock out, get straight to the half? Figure it out.
I think if I were Detroit, I would say take a play or two just to chuck it deep, see what happens. And then if that doesn't work out, then you run it into the half, right?
Yeah.
Because if they can get into scoring position, I think they're definitely going to want to take the points here. Unfortunately, they haven't really been in scoring position all night.
They haven't really been across midfield very often. They're lined up. They launch this ball as far as humanly possible.
Yeah, they're clearly taking my idea. They're going to go slant play. The slant. The classic. Everyone loves it. Up to the 31-yard line. And, oh, God, they're locked in this formation. Get ready for a lot of slants over the next few seconds, guys. As they call a timeout. I mean, sheesh. You may as well just call the slants play over and over again if it's going to work this well.
You be ready out there. You hear me? Hey, what's got her? What's got her? Spread!
First and 10, ball's on the 40 for Detroit. Throw to Green, who's going to get 2 yards on the run. Ball's on the Detroit 42 now, 2nd and 8. Davis taking his sweet time. They're going to hand it to the fullback. He gains a yard. Why are they calling a timeout? What is going on? 10 seconds left in the half. Davis getting ready to chuck it. He does. That tip nearly intercepted.
You gotta pick that if you're Lincoln. I don't care if there's 4 seconds left. The two of you touched it twice.
And thankfully, Detroit averts complete disaster. However, I think it's safe to say that pretty much is as bad of a series of plays as you could have expected.
Just got giant PTSD flashbacks from what? I don't know. The Wolfpack have probably done something stupid like that.
It happens to the best of us.
That's why it never happens to Boston. Because you're not the best.
I mean, hey, at least we had a winning record in the regular season.
Dang, I didn't.
Point being that it brings us to halftime. The Lincoln Spiders, of all teams, are up 16-0 on the Detroit Fury. In a wild first half. And so, here we are on the halftime show.
Yes,
and
screw Lincoln Cats.
Perfect timing.
No, I'm not going to see a little link comment.
Oh, dang. Anyways, let's just pretend Lincoln had really good stats. But yeah, ooh, even more graphics. So Jake, a first half to remember if you're a Lincoln Spiders fan, because that's easily the best first half of football I think I've seen them play all year.
They just look amazing. Defensively, they're making plays. They force a turnover. Detroit can't get anything going. They have shut CJ Green down. You know, he's only gone on the ball like twice. But offensively, Malcolm Middlebrooks is throwing dimes. I feel like I'm watching him when he's a New York Grizzly. You know, just throwing the ball to the perfect spot, leading a team down the field. This is the Malcolm Middlebrooks that was one of the best quarterbacks in the, at the time, NGFL.
Yeah, and like when it comes to Lincoln, they are a team that has been improving the last few weeks. Obviously, in their game against the Berserkers, they held their own. That game ended up not counting, and they ended up losing that game. but you could see something start to form in this Lincoln team. You could see kind of a solid core. And now, against a team that is, well, I think everyone can agree, it's on a much lower wavelength than Montreal. I mean, like, they're running away with it.
They're actually dominating.
Yeah, it's not even comparable. Look at that, Higdon! Higdon is leading in rushing yards and not the most improved player nominee.
My one issue with Lincoln right now is that it's an issue that's been all season, the end zone problem. They keep getting there. They just can't put it in. They put it in once on a home run play that really should not have happened. But other than that, it's just been field goals. Even though it's a 16-1 game and it's technically 2 possessions, Detroit is still in it. There's a lot of time left, and that is a manageable lead. Because what? Detroit gets the ball to start. If they score a touchdown here, it's a brand new ball game.
Yeah, but it's imperative for Detroit to actually get some offense too, because Detroit just straight up hasn't been in scoring positions today.
They don't know what scoring position is.
No, they don't. This whole first half, it reminds me of an old meme from season 8.
Detroit moment.
There you go. You said it. I'm proud of you. Let's get this game going for the second half. Look at that. I can bend time to my will. I can bend time to my will.
God, I love the fact that the Fury do not play in the Firebird Stadium. Why? I don't know. Why don't they?
It's in the lore, though.
No, I know you're watching this. I need my WFA lore video, and you know the one I'm talking about.
Anyway, kick is away, and Detroit set to receive the second half kickoff. Ball taken at the goal line, up past the 10, 15 to the 20. Spins around. That gets up to the 26. And that was a solid kick return.
Yeah. Now, if you're Detroit, Rasheed Davis, you got to come out of the field, and you got to slow down. You were getting outplayed by the aging dinosaur that is known as Malcolm Middlebrooks. This is a problem. You were getting outscored by probably the worst offense I think I've ever seen, excluding that one team from season 1 that shall not be named.
Davis takes a quick drop. And that is what? How? Yeah, we need a replay. That guy's on receiver. Wow. Right basket. Hits rise security and Leonard comes in and hates it. That would have been awful if that gets picked off. But for Detroit, it is the exact play they needed to start the drive, oddly enough. CJ Green on the stretch play. CJ Green gets 2 yards, draws him level with Aaron Higdon, which is not a phrase I think anyone was expecting to hear throughout the night.
There was a gap there. The outside was wide open. Just that one defender got there and made the play. Just probably saved a touchdown play.
2nd and 8 for the Fury. Good drop from Davis. Davis throws it. Oh!
Gotta catch.
High pointed it a little bit too far for DJ Curtis. Yeah, you can see that just out of his hand.
And
yeah, that's on the receiver.
You know, I was gonna say, you know, it was the hit that started losing. It wasn't the hit.
Man,
it was the thought of the hit. He was like, "There's a guy out there coming to take my head off. I don't want to catch this ball."
Right.
3rd and 8. Detroit needs to get it to the midfield. And when I say need, I mean need. They're going with an empty backfield. Oh yeah. I mean, I got to convey the accuracy of how much they need it. Davis looking around, throws it. That's caught, first down.
Ken. I'm not even going to attempt it. KK with the Ken.
Kawaguchi.
Yeah, Coochie.
And certainly, I'm sure Stephon Ford is looking to get him a Gucci bag after that.
He already got a Gucci bag. He got. I would say he has the NIL deal, but he's a pro.
Oh, what a catch! Down to the 27. This is the Detroit we are expecting to come out tonight.
Let me see when 19 that is. Chandler Box, there it is. Finally, their best receiver gets the ball. He's had himself 400 yards in the season. He's had himself a nice season. Leads the team in every receiving stat.
But unfortunately, his name is Chandler, so he can't have good things.
Just like Detroit.
Don't make me sad. Throw to the outside. That's going to be a gain of 3 to the 25. And Detroit coming out on this first drive like Lincoln came out on their first drive in the first half.
They are just driving down this field. They come out with a fire on
down,
them.
baby. You can't move
Like
the
a
ball.
Firebird. Like a phoenix. Haha, get it? Because of their old team name that we still don't know why they changed?
I don't know. Hand off the outside, and that's a major loss. Major loss.
They looked scared of the Lincoln defenders. CJ Green thought he had a blocker and then realized, oh, right, Detroit moment. Still,
CJ Green.
Please screenshot the offensive lineman running around the Lincoln defenders and catching the Detroit moment. Thank you.
We gonna be in your face all day.
3rd and 10. Balls at the 28-yard line. High snap for Davis. Throws. That's short to the 19-yard line.
Could have waited.
Luckily for Detroit. Yeah, luckily for Detroit, though, they will most likely get some points on this drive.
Yeah, Mosley with a catch. That's only his 12th catch of the season. He's only had 11, 148 yards. But to be fair, 85 of those came on one play.
Yeah.
Finally get Detroit on the board.
Kick is up. It's over.
Got it.
And it's good. 16-3. Detroit finally establishes some sort of offense. Maybe they took a little bit too much time off the board, but it makes it a clean 2-possession game.
Unlike New Haven, they scored in the second half early.
As opposed to New Haven, who threw a
waited
pick.
till the final minute of the game while they were down by 38.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
Lincoln now. You saw Detroit came out, responded, was driving down the field, became this sort of a touchdown, take the field goal, now they're on the board. Now your 16-point lead, let's do the math. It's a 13-point lead. You want to know how different that gets? 1 touchdown, and it's a 6-point game. You gotta get
That it is.
Can't let off the gas. You gotta keep going.
Yeah, this is, if you're Lincoln and you're looking to send a message to Myrtle Beach and to the rest of the WFA, this is the sort of moment that you're looking for. Flip back shotgun look for Malcolm Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks throws the outside. That's going to be caught. And that's going to be a gain of 5 to Aaron Higdon.
With that right there, Malcolm Middlebrooks quite literally had more than double the passing yards.
Yeah. Second down and 5. Ball is on the 30. Hand off to Higdon again. Higdon.
That's there.
Yeah, Higdon got only a yard.
Higdon's had his way with the Detroit defense for some reason. No one knows why. We're trying to figure it out. Lincoln's even trying to figure it out. They don't know what's happening. They just said, we don't know. Just do it.
This is kind of reminding me of the New Mexico State Liberty game this year, where New Mexico State clobbered Liberty
Pull out of here.
49-14. No, because you don't expect that to happen, much like you don't expect Malcolm Middlebrooks to throw a pass like that.
Very defensive over his New Mexico State.
Hey.
With the Tets, by the way.
Hey. You're the one out here disrespecting the 2022 Quick Lane Bowl champions. How many Quick Lane Bowl championships do you have?
None. My team won the Holiday Bowl.
Fair enough. So it's first down and 10, 47 yard line. Whoops. And in another whoopsie moment, Aaron Higdon loses 3 yards.
Now the running game is starting to slow down for Lincoln here. You got to get a stop here, Detroit, because if they get a field goal, then you're right back where you started. If they got a touchdown, even further down from where you started. You got to get a stop here. Better, you get a turnover here.
Middlebrooks looking around, throws it on the flat. That's got a lot of room in front of him. He's going to gain all the yardage back, make it 3rd and reasonable.
Graphics.
They're so cool.
They are so cool.
So 3rd and 4 on Detroit's 47-yard line. Offset eye look for the Spooders. Higdon, oh!
If you're Detroit, you are hyped out of your mind after that. Offense came out flying. Defense a little shaky, but gets the job done. Now Detroit, offensively, you got to put the ball in the end zone. Field goals don't do you much here. Yeah, now it goes from a 13-point to a 10-point. That sounds a lot better, but you know what sounds even better? A 6-point game. And the only way to get a 6-point game is by getting 6 points.
Yeah, and realistically, 13 and 10 points really isn't that different in terms of like what your goals are on each drive. And they're going to have a very long one here. They're going to start it from their own 17-yard line.
I like that graphic. It looks pretty. It just takes a while. Ernest in the chat saying hit bull deep.
Man, there's still plenty of time
Sounds like a reasonable offense.
Let's go.
Oh,
yeah,
did it. The Detroit moment.
Congratulations to owner of the Boston Whales, Skill, on having the chat of the night automatically. 1st and 10 from their own 17. Davis drops back deep. Gonna go over. Intercepted. Going down. Touchdown, Lincoln Spiders. They are coming out to play, and the Spiders are up by 20.
Like a time graphic. I liked that one. Good job, Colin. I'm proud of you.
What a play! And Lincoln is dominating in this game. Something that I don't think anyone was expecting to say coming into today.
I don't see what Davis is looking at. It's the first play of the drive. You don't really need to go 10,000 yards down the field. He throws it to Lincoln. I don't think there was a Detroit player in the area.
And that gets taken back for 6 points.
You know, Colin on the WFA couch said it best. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Anything is possible in the WFA. Lincoln Spiders Gen Bowl run. You heard it here first. They're going all the way.
Hey. There's a certain team down South Carolina that I'm sure will like to have a say in that match.
Last time, I was about to say, no shot. Last time we had a tournament like this, the 2-1 seeds in one conference lost in the second round. I'm looking at you, Wyoming and Green Bay. You're both in the second round again. Don't do it. Speaking of second round,
I think it'd be funny.
Also looking at you.
I think it'd be really funny. You know, unfortunately, Boston and Wyoming were not put into a circumstance where they would face each other in the second round. So I think that was called blast in the space-time continuum. CJ Green gets a nice handoff for a gain of 4.
Finally, they're giving the ball to CJ Green. It's almost like I've been waiting for this the entire game.
The downside to all this, of course, is...
no, it's the Spooders.
Yeah, the Spooders.
The Spiders
The
are
unfortunate
left in the
downs-
regular season.
Yeah.
Hey, watch, got her!
The unfortunate downside to all this that it's taken them long enough.
We back! We
Handoff once again to CJ Green, who gets slobbered in the backfield.
John Fowler, who just had the pick six, just put him in the dirt. I'm actually talking now, Ernest, by the way. I see you said it in the chat. I'm the one speaking. Jack's the other one.
Oh, you ain't running on me!
We put it in the top right corner for a reason.
Yeah. I
I
know our voices sound painfully similar. Throw over the middle, that's going to be caught. First down. And if Detroit's going to muster together a comeback, it certainly has to start now, right?
Yeah, you're 2 minutes away from the fourth quarter. You got 13 minutes left in your season, and you're down by 20 points. See, when it was a 16, 13-point game, that's reasonable. That's 2 touchdowns. Now you're adding a third touchdown. You're adding a third trip down the field.
You're not going nowhere! Quiet left!
Going back
First
to
and
the
10,
end
ball
for the season.
on Detroit's 47. This is a risky play for the Fury. Throw it over the middle, that's tipped incomplete, 2nd and 10. They're just running really inefficient play.
Detroit in the playoffs, they do this every season. Last time they were in the playoffs was also when the WFA nearly died and we had to do a whole playoff tournament. How did that go? They lost to Green Bay. How did the last playoff performance before that go? Also pretty sure that was the loss to Green Bay. They just don't make it here often.
No, you ain't!
And when they do, they just don't do well.
Hand off to the fullback, that's going to be a... Hand off to the fullback and it does nothing.
My brain is being boggled by the Detroit moment I'm seeing. This is the Detroit moment. We thought the Boston
yeah, this
was
is
bad. At least it was against Boston.
Yeah, at least it was against a team that everyone was kind of expecting to obliterate Detroit. But no.
Everyone was expecting you to win. You had home field advantage. Oh my God.
And they get sacked! They get sacked! What is going on here? We are living in a funny timeline where funny things...
Gentlemen, Lincoln is going to be in the next round of the playoffs.
Where you're going to get Lincoln versus Myrtle Beach. And honestly, the way Lincoln's been playing, I wouldn't be surprised if Lincoln takes the fight to him.
This is the WFA is falling apart, and we're watching it happen in our eyes. The only thing in this game that's normal is Detroit losing a playoff game.
But even then, it was a game that everyone was expecting them to win. Lincoln, for those who are uninitiated, Lincoln was horrific in the regular season. They barely looked like they're going to win a game.
Against the worst team.
They're going to hand it off to Aaron Higdon. He's not going to gain anything, but he gets right back to the line, they're going to say. 2nd and 10. Ernest McCrae is now asking us who's talking now. Not only obviously in the metaphysical sense, but, you know...
Oh?
I mean, Lincoln has been unleashing as they're going to get the ball out just in the nick of time.
Great to know that Detroit's defense showed up this half. You know,
Kinda, yeah.
At least. They sacrificed whatever offense they had for a better defense, which is not what I would have done.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you're down 20, you kind of just need good defense. You kind of just need more of a good offense. I don't know. Middlebrook's looking around, hit as he throws. Ooh. That's an arm punt. That should have been picked off.
I'm actually shocked that ball was on target as it was. The way that man was rolling out, getting hit, threw the ball sidearm.
Yeah, and I mean, this is easily the best game that I think Malcolm Middle put up this year.
That's the best put out that the Grizzlies in New York.
Yeah, hey, Lincoln continuing way back on that great franchise. So, yeah, I mean, according to the WFA website, and spreading this information on the internet, which I don't know what to do.
Way to stand your gaps, everybody!
Ball is on the Detroit 49. And with just a little under a minute left to go before the fourth quarter, it's not looking good.
Yeah, Detroit needs a touchdown here. And now.
Rip! I'm taking two!
Davis under center. Dropping back.
Oh, we
One deep. Oh, what a catch!
on the run, please.
And that, if he won.
Get his action in stride.
It was a great play and a great throw. Just needed just the tiniest bit of muscle under it. Well, that coupled along with the fact that it seems like Ken Kawaguchi is a little bit too small to be playing wide receiver, if I'm going to be honest.
Honestly, that ball was right to him. I think the jump might have been the most unnecessary part.
True.
You need it. If you want a Detroit comeback, it started with that play. And it ends with that one.
It gets the ball down to Lincoln's 11-yard line. 2nd and 9. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. 1 quarter left to play, and the Lincoln Spiders are up 23-3. A trip to Myrtle Beach is on the line. You're watching the WFA on YouTube.
I'm looking at the field right now. You have 11 minutes left in your season. Are you really going to let the Lincoln Spiders, yes, haha, Spooders, funny joke, but seriously, the Lincoln Spiders end your season? Come into your house.
Well, so far they're
not only
definitely
win, but dominate you.
throughout CJ Green. Green does not have enough room in front of him. Only gains 2 yards on the play. 3rd and 7 on Lincoln's 8-yard line.
No, not today, no sir.
You got to score here. 3rd and 7. Get to the 1, you get a first down. But at that point, if you get to the 1, at least get in the end zone. It's basically 3rd and goal. Finally, there it is.
That's going to be a touchdown finally on the board. Detroit finally putting themselves in the end zone. Might be too little too late, but a good defensive stop and score can definitely change the tune of this ball game.
Now, Detroit's defense has played very well this second half. They got off the field very quickly. You got to do it again. And now it's a 10-point game.
Yeah.
It's a game again. As much as we've been saying Lincoln's been dominating, one thing Detroit's done is at least kept it within range. It's possible. It's not like it's a 30-point blowout. You're not New Haven. You're not down by an impossible score.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me. Yeah, it reminds me of the CFP semifinal between TCU and Michigan, where, like, yes, Lincoln's been dominating, like TCU was dominating most of the game, but Lincoln hasn't put it away yet.
It's a very
much
it's a
like
very
how
open
TCU.
game.
Yeah. Kick is away. It's going to be fielded at the goal line. Taken up past the 15, up past the 20. They're going to mark it right at the 20, actually.
Hey, by the way,
so, 1st and 10.
Stupid.
Yeah, fours.
Say that. Thank you for Ernest Guy and Justin for your fours. And I like how Ernest did it with the 4 spiders. You get a cookie.
Yeah. Ooh, I wonder what flavor cookie he's going to get.
I don't know.
Throw over the middle. That's going to be caught wide open.
Oh my
Down the
God.
field. That is to the 30. To the... Oh, man.
McCray just iced it. That's the game. There's no coming back. You just lost whatever comeback.
And that is an easy touchdown.
Lincoln Spanish, congratulations. You just punched a ticket from Detroit, Michigan to the actual nice city of Myrtle Beach. Very proud of you. No one saw that. As proud as I am, my graduate just screwed over. So I'm also absolutely livid right now. Detroit, what happened? You finally had a playoff game where you were seen as the good team. And the first thing you go and do is let the worst offense in the league drop 30 points on you.
Yeah, that is not how you start.
We expected you not to score too many points given how good Lincoln's defense was, but we didn't think you were going to let that many points. And I also, as I praised the defense, one play touchdown.
Yeah, it's just been a disaster.
There's an understatement. Bull McCray is a guy. You're right. He is a guy. But do you know what he also is? Him. He is him. He is the guy.
Timothy.
Tim McCray. This is a scoreline no one was expecting.
Let's do it.
So now Rasheed Davis having to play some type of football. We're not exactly sure
What type of football we're going to get from him, because we've seen good drives, and then we've seen one-play pick sixes.
Yeah.
How come
It's just been a disaster class.
This has been one of the worst games I've seen from a team, and we just watched New Haven allow 38 points. But to be fair, we kind of expecting New Haven to throw the ball.
Yeah,
So
this loss is easily more embarrassing than the New Haven loss.
Do you know what's worse for Detroit? We're already talking about how the game's over. There's still 10 minutes left. They still got a while before that the whistle.
Yeah, and they're driving.
Yeah. See, we've seen crazier comebacks. Week 1, the Wolfpack were down by like all the points in the world with like 35 seconds left. They won the game. It's not impossible. The difference is one team's the Green Bay Wolfpack. The other's Detroit Fury. Oh, and now CJ Green. How you doing? Oh, that's not even CJ Green. That's your fullback again.
Yeah, hey, look at him go.
We're proud of you. But, CJ Green, where you at? There we go.
And hey, that's actually a good run. That's actually a good run.
Noah in the chat with Davis has fourth quarter comeback. That could be big. If Detroit wants to win this game, that's important. You know what's also important? Not allowing 70-yard touchdown plays.
Yeah, that'll typically do it. First and 10, one for more handoff. CJ Green. Green runs to the outside. Green gets a nice break and a nice seal to boot.
He was
down to Lincoln
high.
20 once again. Yeah. And once again, Detroit is in the red zone.
Detroit's offense finally doing something. And I'm not going to say the game's over because you got a lot of time. This game's not over, but it's not going to be easy down 20.
No.
He's going to stay on the ground.
Hand off to Green once again. Green found a hole. He's going to shed the tackler. Oh! They're going to say he's short.
I think he was in. I don't think don't challenge.
Yeah.
It's not worth the challenge.
But dang, that's a rough spot.
I don't agree with that spot. I think he's in. But just feed him. Jumbo set, all the linemen you can get, all the tight ends. And just like Green punch it. There it is.
There it is. Touchdown, Detroit.
Detroit has life. Offensively, at least.
7:18 remaining.
DJ Green coming out
they-
party on that.
Yeah. They're going to need a good defensive stop here if they want to hold on. But this really isn't bad.
This will make it 13 points. Let's do some math here. You're down 13. You get a defensive stop within 2-3 minutes. So you have 4 or 5 minutes. You score a touchdown. 6-point game. 2-3 minutes left on the clock. You keep at least 2 of your timeouts, plus a 2-minute warning. You stop them again. You have at least a timeout. You have a little under a minute. This game is still wide open. It all depends on this drive here. Because if they score on the drive, it's over. If you stop on the drive and score, then they score the next drive, it's still manageable. But if you go down 20 again, good night.
Yeah, it is absolutely imperative that Detroit stops anything Lincoln tries here. Well, that's going to be run to the outside to the 24.
Here comes down Malcolm Brooks, back in the day, was one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Well, his main issue was that he could never win or finish playoff. You can finally do it here. And with anybody, you can do it with the Lincoln Spiders. You can finish a playoff game with this team out of all teams. You could give the ballot to make it into the Hall of Fame with a lighter resume. You have a chance again.
Hand off the outside. That's going to be a gain of 6 with Aaron Higdon, as Lincoln has apparently entered into full clock control mode.
Yeah, honestly, you're up by 2 possessions. You got to kill clock, but you got to keep the ball. You got to stay inbound. You got to keep getting down the field. But you got to take your time. You don't want to give them back the ball right away. You don't want to leave time on the clock. But at the same time, you need to score. And that's a fantastic play by the defender.
Yeah.
He's flying down. If he doesn't get that play, that's a first down. Higdon kills more time. Now it's 3rd down. It's 3rd and medium. Huge opportunity for Detroit to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut this down to a 6-point game. It hasn't been under double digits since the first quarter.
Throw over the middle.
That is awful.
Caught to the 37.
What control by the receiver. The ball was low, caught it with 2 hands, and then got wrapped up. Very easily could have dropped that or dragged down on the ground. Now he kept it in his hand, didn't drop it, secured it. Gets a huge first down for Lincoln.
Watch the counter! Watch the counter! Slot! Watch the right.
Hand off the middle to the fullback. Going to gain a single yard. Terrell Avery on the run as Lincoln continues to milk the clock.
You ain't getting by me, big boy! No, you ain't! Leopard!
2nd and 9.
Pressure cut.
Middlebrook stands up, throws it over. That is caught. That is a catch. That is horrible.
Even just get a hand up and knock it down, because then it even stops the clock. Now, not only is it 3rd and 1 that Lincoln probably can get, especially with the way Higdon's been playing, the clock is still moving, so they don't have to snap this ball for another 20 seconds.
There ain't no comeback lane for you! Slide! Red!
This could very likely decide the game. But he might be out of time to make a comeback in Detroit.
Hand off to Higdon. Oh, what a loss. What a play.
Gary keeping a game. Higdon's had himself a day so far. He's had a lot of control over this Detroit defense, but finally the Furies say no.
Let's back to back. Let's go, y'all.
Now
Let's
Rasheed
go.
Davis, fourth quarter comeback. You got it. You need it.
Of all times. But first, let's see how this punt goes for Lincoln. Snaps wherever it needs to be. Kick is away. Fielded at the 15. Taken to the 17. 4:08 left in the ball game. And in all likelihood, someone's season.
Only got 4 minutes left in it.
Mm-hmm.
We thought
Unless...
ticket to Myrtle Beach was booked, but don't click purchase on the tickets yet. It may not be over.
You ain't catching nothing. You ain't catching nothing.
This is the biggest drive of Rasheed Davis' career to this point. I don't even know how long he's been here. I don't really remember the name being that old.
Throw over the middle. That is nearly intercepted. He threw it to the undersized guy. That was never going to work.
Oh, it's a little pass. If he throws that up and puts air under it, that might be a touchdown. And he had both the defenders beat. It was just the ball was so underthrown. But a huge missed opportunity for an interception, and Lincoln's iced this game. 5 receivers a lot. No, 4. That tight end looked like a receiver.
2nd and 10. Davis going deep again. High pointed and caught at the 35. Time is melting away. Less than 4 minutes to go. Detroit needs a touchdown. Davis goes short over the middle. That's another catch. What a way to thread the needle. They're hurrying up. I think this is a pretty good formation for Detroit to be locked in. Davis looking deep again. Oh, he went short. He went short. That's a first down still. And they are absolutely moving the ball down the field.
Oh.
Davis goes deep. Oh, incomplete.
Since we have a minute. No, was Davis the Marshall's quarterback during their Cinderella run in season 6, I think it was, their last season? Was he that quarterback? Been afraid so he probably was that quarterback. So,
yeah.
Davis's first opportunity to have playoff games since the Cinderella run.
Welcome to my neighborhood. Land. Single back. Single back. I see 3.
See, if they score here, you keep all 3 timeouts and you have a 2 minute warning to rely on. Ooh, pressure out there.
Yeah, that's not how you do it though. 3rd and 10. Realistically, they have 2 plays like 10 yards. And boy, oh, they need every one of them.
Yeah, at this point, you go for it back down. You don't need 10 yards over, but you have that foot down. I say you go. You need to go for it. If you punt the ball, you want to take a field goal. If you immediately take a field goal here, you need a touchdown. You need 6 points.
Throwing it deep, that's a tight to the 20. 3:15 remaining in the ball game.
Time.
Davis getting back up to the line. Running it back. Throws to the side. Caught to the 2. 3 minutes left. Detroit getting right back to the line.
QB sneak.
No, they're going to run the same formation. Oh, intercepted! Aiken out of the end zone. Flag on the play. This is running backwards to the 45. We're going to have to see what the flag is, though, because that might determine a hell of a lot. Clipping. Oh, and it was against Lincoln. But they still hold on to the ball at their own 3 instead of the 45.
Ooh. Going so well. I think the issue was they were in an even though that formation was working hurry up offense, and that situation was the worst place to be in. There were no check downs. It was all deep routes. Maybe the trick and stab into safety.
And off. Oh, they're gonna.
That's why I hate forward progression so much. Oh, that should be.
Yeah, so now Detroit's going to have to continue milking. Now linking is the opportunity to basically take this to the 2-minute warning.
At it right before it.
Stop and make a play.
Yeah.
Get those 2
So
points.
what's huge here, if Detroit, if you get them a stop, then all you have to do is they can only run one play, and you waste the timeout. So you'll head into this offensive drive with 2 minutes, 2 timeouts. Because a 2-minute warning's got to save you here. And they're playing well. There's the 2-minute warning. Minute 59. You're still down by 13. You need a lot to happen here. But to be fair, the New York Jets of all teams did do it earlier this year.
30-17. Detroit needs a stop here. Lincoln has struggled in these longer situations. And if they take a safety, it completely changes the dynamic. Handoff. Higdon still in the end zone. Higdon breaks the tackle. It's going to be 4th and 6. Detroit calls a timeout. 1:54 remaining. They'll have fantastic field position.
Lincoln's punter needs the punt of his life right here. Because you're still backed up. He's still punting this out of his end zone. He's not really going to have the full 15 yards that he would want. Back up from the line. So a block of Detroit. If I see a block from Detroit here, I'm going wild. Nope, don't even get any pressure.
Punt. Punt away.
Punt.
Taken at the 40 up to the 38. So minute 47. It isn't impossible for Detroit to come back from this. It isn't impossible.
You don't want to use any of your timeouts. Because if you use the timeout,
so you're going to need
Lincoln's going to run the clock out. It's over. You're going to get the ball back maybe with 6 seconds left. And it's not like a field goal wins the game. It's a touchdown wins the game. You need the score. You need the score within a few plays.
Davis throws it out to Green. Green spins inside. Oh, he didn't get out of bounds. They're going to waste time with this.
He didn't even get the first down either.
Yeah, Detroit's rushing back to the line. Ball's on the 28 of Lincoln. Detroit looking around, throws through the seam. Through the seam to the 14. They're running it back. They need this one desperately. Davis throws over the middle. Caught! Touchdown!
That is perfect if you're Detroit. That's the drive you needed. It does hurt that that touchdown didn't come last drive, but now here you are. You can stop the clock twice. That gets you the 3rd down. Let's say you get the stop there. It's 4th down. Let's say they kill those 40 seconds. You're still going to get 30 seconds of your own to score. This game had been, the door was shut and locked. You just kicked it open. You drop kicked it open. The only thing is you gotta get up and walk through it.
Yeah. And they're most likely going to need to get this onside kick if they really want to have a shot. PAT is up and good.
An onside kick would be massive here. This is why we want to play, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I'm such a big advocate for keeping this playoff tournament in next season. 4th quarter comebacks, OP, please nerf.
30-24.
Thing is, if you
ball is on the tee,
you cannot allow any yards. You cannot let Lincoln's offense move forward.
Kick is away, and it's going to be taken at the 37. Minute 14 remaining. Now let's see what Lincoln does, because Lincoln's been struggling on the run game. And the run game is going to be how they're going to burn clock here.
Because they can stop the clock twice. A first down in this game is ice. They can over. Because not only is it a first down, you're in field goal range. So even if they miraculously stop you, you're making it a 2% game. The game's over.
There's a mismatch at the bottom of the screen. I'd be very curious to see what Lincoln does with that.
They are running.
They're going to hand it off to Higdon. Higdon loses a yard. Detroit calls a timeout. They waste 4 seconds.
Ooh, I love
and this is
so much.
And that was not a good play from the Spiders, as Higdon lost a yard. He's been struggling all year, and they're going to go into victory formation. Or into
Why?
clock formation, depending on how you view this.
I don't get that.
Yeah, because realistically, right? Detroit's going to get the ball back. They're going to have like 25, 30 seconds. Ooh, that's rough.
At least try to get yards out of it.
Yeah.
Because perfect scenario, you get a perfect punt, they're inside the 1. But most likely, because remember, it's the Lincoln Spooders we're talking about. I heard the game in my head, it's still Lincoln. They aren't going to get a perfect punt. At least go for the first down. You don't have to throw the ball, but at least hand it off. Higgins been having a day. He's been having a fantastic game. But now you just open the door to Detroit.
Come on!
They're going to get the ball back.
With about 25 seconds remaining.
28.
Yeah, give or take.
But you also got to
Really
remember they're
depends.
going to snap the ball with 2 seconds off the clock and also the return. So
Yeah.
you should be around that 20-second, 25-second mark.
Unless we get a block, which is very reasonable.
It's not going to happen.
No, they aren't. They're going to go for the punt. They're going to go for the punt coverage.
Oh,
Masterful bounce. That's going to go into the end zone.
He had it. Perfect punt. He just couldn't secure it.
22 seconds to go. 80 yards for the Fury. Davis has fourth quarter comeback. He is built for moments like this.
Thing is, though, you have very little time to get lined up. So you need to stay near the sideline. You got to get out of bounds. You cannot throw this ball over the middle. You cannot take a sack. The game's over at that point. They send a blitz right
Davis,
over the middle.
David, what is this?
Spike
They're
the
going to
ball.
run up
I
to the
want a new
line.
formation.
14,
Spike the ball, get a new
13,
formation.
12,
Let's spike it,
11,
spike it.
10, 9, 8. So realistically, if they can get this out of bounds, they have 2 plays left. If they can't, game over.
I did not like the slant call there. That's why you couldn't go over the middle. You don't have enough time to get lined up.
Straight open 50
You have 11 guys that need to get to that spot of the ball. You got to wait for the rest to set it. Now it gives you a chance to change the formation. And stay
This is an
empty
interesting-
for receivers. But he's under center. I don't like that. Meaning, knowing this game, it's drop back in like 3 steps. They're going over
Throw over the middle! Oh, that's not going to be it! Lincoln wins! Lincoln has upset the Detroit Fury 30-24 in prime time. What a game from the Spiders!
amount of passing yards on both teams. The difference in the game came down to 1, the pick six was huge, and 2, that pick in the end zone late before they scored the other touchdown. If they don't throw the pick and they score a touchdown, yeah, Lincoln gets the ball back at the 20, but you stop them and you get a lot more time. You'll get, instead of 22 seconds, you'll get possibly 50. It just came down to those Rasheed Davis interceptions, but a great fight by Detroit at the end. But what a stand and a message sent by the Lincoln Spiders.
Just an all-around amazing game for the play-in. What a way to kick off this tournament. After a dud of a match between the DC Tribe and the New Haven... I almost said New Haven Spiders. The Lincoln Spiders.
I liked it.
Yeah. The team that nobody gave a shot to. Nobody gave Lincoln a shot. They come out and they win, and they're going to be playing the Myrtle Beach Stingers next round in Myrtle Beach. And if I was Randy Pierce, I would definitely be taking notes on this game because it was a clinic. It was a clinic on offense.
Game. We were 10 minutes down. Said, yeah, this is game. It's over. Then Detroit fought back. But once again, it's just bad play calling at the end. honestly, on both teams. I
Yeah.
don't understand kneeing the ball at that point in the field if you're Lincoln. At least go for the first down, run a play. Because just like instead of just kneeing the ball and the play clock starts, at least if you run the ball, you get another 3 seconds off the clock during the play.
Yeah. It made no sense, but alas, Lincoln holds on, and Lincoln advances as Detroit goes home winless.
Bull McRae.
Bull McRae. Yeah,
33
easy
yards.
as they come. Easy as they come. What a game, Jake. I gotta say, as I'm still trying to come down from that ending. Detroit played well, just couldn't really close out the deal on the comeback. And Lincoln played the game of the season, the game of their lives. And they earned every point.
This is a fantastic game. And we still got 2 more playing games. We haven't even started the actual tournament yet. We aren't even in the Sweet 16. We're already getting great games. What are the 2 games we got next? Quickly look to the graphic page, because that's where we have them all posted. Graphics. Indiana, Santa Fe,
Yeah,
Jamaica, Louisiana are the other 2. I don't know what order they're in. I
Those
just
are-
know those are the games.
yeah, those two are going to be great games to boot. As we look at the stats here, you can see just Lincoln really did dominate through the first few quarters, and obviously Detroit really raged back, furied back maybe, but
Honestly,
still not enough.
Fourth quarter, 21 points.
Yeah. 21 of their 24 points came in that fourth quarter, but Lincoln got the 7 that turned out to be what they needed in order to hold on to win.
That pick 6 really was costly.
And the other turnover in the end zone that they really couldn't capitalize on beyond it. Just on the whole, a few key mistakes sends Detroit home on the first day of the play-in. Still a lot to look forward to.
The thing
For
that
Detroit,
hurts for Detroit is last time there was a tournament like this, you went home in the first round, but you went home in an absolute dogfight against Green Bay. And the whole thing was like, you lost, you had a rough season, but you came out strong. You have a lot of potential. Then it didn't show up. You're going to look at them. Yeah, you lost, but you played fantastic that fourth quarter. You have a lot of potential. The question is, do you use the potential? Does it happen? Or do you do what you did last time? You just kind of just continue the Detroit moment.
Yeah. Do you just lay down and die?
The Fury
But either way,
of having multiple Hall of Fame level quarterbacks in their arsenal before, they never got the job done. They've had good players. They just can't figure it out. But we have a Cinderella team, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go!
the Lincoln Spooders. Who would have guessed? And with all that in mind, folks, we say so long and have a wonderful Tuesday evening. More WFA football coming at you tomorrow night and tomorrow evening. We say so long and have a great night.